Looks like we are finally getting the roster reveal for 100 Thieves, as well as a goodbye for the old roster potentially. 100 Thieves just released a new video on Twitter, which notably is not on YouTube, so this is the only way to watch it, but it does obviously announce our roster, which we've known for an extended period of time now, which is going to be Sniper, River, Quid, Meech, and Ayla. We are definitely budget, we are development, but I'm curious to see what this video does to kind of, build some hype going into this year, because I am really excited to see what happens. But I know some other people are going to take a little bit more convincing and a little bit more kind of working to get to that point. So we'll see. Let's see what they got for us.
Speech is presented to you by Double Lift.
What?
Okay, so we are getting a proper goodbye.
Let me think. Pretty important match. We'll be playing better and better on stage, so everyone knows we have good momentum. We stay connected in the game. Our communication is actually getting pretty good.
Hey, Myra.
We feel confident, and no matter what happens in the game, we can always find a way to win. So let's win.
Let's keep it going.
Show them why we belong.
Oh,
pretty
good. Teams on 3.
Wow, it feels like so long ago that
Bjorksen
Bjergsen was last year.
They're gonna take the fight.
It's like a really, really long time.
But Doublelift is done with this game. Evil geniuses lose 4. Doublelift gets a triple kill.
I mean, like, it all starts when you start playing your amateur games, and it's not like you're immediately thinking, like, I'm gonna be an LCS player. It's like,
bro.
okay, I'm gonna play amateur, get better competitive, and then you get into academy and you just keep going, and then it's like, okay, I'm an LCS player now. Pretty cool.
Busio. I mean, look, for those that don't know the rumor currently, Busio is set to go to FlyQuest to lane with Masu, and then also play with Inspired, Bwipo, and Jensen. I think it's going to be mid laner. And it's just one of those where, like, would I have preferred to keep Busio? Yeah, obviously. Who wouldn't? But when he gets a higher offer there, and we're likely offering close to minimum salary, it's like, I don't blame him. Nobody should.
They don't see Busio still. HP. Busio's still off to the side.
Yep.
There, now he's going to find Inspired. He's into the back. He's found the carry. JoJo's destroyed. And Busio just hit money.
And I kinda learned it the hard way. I think I'm kinda used to it at this point. Like, I'm always the underdog team. Even in the finals,
The roster was so
there's
much
like
fun
2
in
people
content.
predicting we're gonna win, but you just need one person, yourself, to believe, and that's it.
The knock up, the bowling pins, they're falling. Core JJ is low. Sonic Wave follows and closer. You can throw in 3 bans. You can first pick a champion, and he does not care. He will carry the fights anyway. It's 7-2. What else do you want out of this draft? He's just better.
Oh my God, Closer has been so good this game, man.
And you can't take him down if you don't have the equipment necessary. Somebody's still gonna live. Welcome back someday to your home. 100 Thieves welcomes you graciously with open arms.
Game, but I played really my best a lot, and I showed my everything, and yeah.
You put everything on the table here today, Sunday.
I know there's a lot of fans and haters,
throwback
but
jerseys.
haters just haters, and fans are really behind on me, and I'm really thanks to everyone to behind on me, and I try to my best.
Okay, now you gotta transition this to the new people at some point, because right now it's just nostalgia hit after nostalgia hit. Oh, that's great.
I know I need to go to academy first, especially because I'm only 15 years old, right? Yeah. So I definitely think that in 2 years from now, I'll not only like play in the LCS, but I'll be dominating every top lane.
Looking for the deep flank though, and the DB coming in from JoJo. Ayla with a 3-man magnet. Second on Soul. Does a lot of damage real fast to that rumble. And just a grade, but the heal should be enough. But here's Pretty to turn it around. They have to fight this. That's a lot of damage on Yukino. It's going to be secured, but they got the flash in. Kevy, the one looking for the damage, looking for the read.
Prodigy talent himself.
It's huge.
Top lane menace. That might take a little bit of time, but we'll get there.
Sniper still in the pit. Locked in there with them. You can't kill the man. He's 16 years old, and his crushing.
9 off, 4,000 HP on it already. Blabber has smite
Easily the best player from Golden Guardians last year. But the fact that we got him on a budget is just absurd. He's so good.
It's up to Blabber if he
this, but it's Lucio finding Diamond.
This is going to be divisive for people.
The depth charge into the back line. Jensen got a lot of attention, but it's going to be trade of support for support as Rich, the top laner, so they fighting in the mid lane. A little bit of poke back and forth, but it's going to be the kill onto Maokai, and that's a Shurima shuffle.
Yeah.
Pull back in from Quinn. It's going to annihilate Dignitas. No trade.
Definitely
Quinn.
probably his
He goes
biggest
golden.
pop-off
Rich tries to
of
get one
last
back.
year.
The Croc does bite down onto the bird, but still dies regardless. He tries to take down Meech. As Winsome, he's still a while off to be able to show up with
I don't
the
think
team.
many people know about
He's
Meech.
got the gates, and they are low. They can re-engage this one. They got the tag. That's a lot of damage. The body block there from Tomio.
I mean, I'm sure like the Sky Coast added some popularity, but like
Meech still alive somehow. How does he keep doing
it's not the same as the general.
What a play!
That was a good choice of clip.
Immediately as JoJo's in the middle of the fight, but he's going to be careful. Unforgiven still free firing on the side, and Haunter's already been killed. Into the back goes Zayla with a nice knock up into 2. TSM are already crushed, and EG are done. Turtle tries to kite it out, but he can't get excited. 100 Thieves just pulled it off.
Okay, but notably no coaching staff announcements, which I think is interesting.
5 minutes later.
So I was unironically in the middle of watching Quid's stream as he didn't play well on Orianna the last game that he just played. And he turned off his cam for the time being. 100 Thieves just dumped all of the information for next year, including a chat with Jungle Juice on the direction of the program, which I want to watch here as well. They also announced the coaching staff, which really quick I'll go over. We are stacked for next year. Golden Glue is the head coach, and if you don't know, Golden Glue previously worked with Spooks whenever I believe Golden Glue was still a player in Golden Guardians. Spooks was the head coach of Golden Guardians last year as they rose to fame. He's now our strategic coach under Golden Glue. Chimera still remains from last year, and quite frankly, I've heard nothing but good things about him, but it's just like, oh my god. And then Ryan, the senior manager of the program's tagging me in the shit. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, this coaching staff actually gives me a lot of hope that our players can develop pretty well next year. I want to watch this video from Jungle Juice that's like 5 minutes long that I think is going to be really important.
And today I'm here to talk with you about the direction of the LCS program moving forward into 2024. The goal of the LCS was and still is to win championships.
To be clear, okay, let me set expectations before watching this. What I want to hear is I just want to hear about long-term stability and growth going forward. Like I want us to be in a stable point where we can make changes year over year if we need to. But other than that, like there's not going to be these massive fluctuations that we are currently dealing with. I'm spiking. Okay. That might be it. I had Premiere Pro up. That's now gone out of the way.
But in order to build towards championship caliber rosters consistently, we need to find a way to nurture and develop our own talent. So in 2024, I'd like to introduce to you our new LCS head coach that will be spearheading our long-term development program. Please welcome Grayson Gilmer, otherwise known as Golden Glue.
Yes. The
Nice.
Golden Menace.
I'm back. We did it.
Welcome, Grayson.
Thank you. Yeah.
Welcome back,
feels
brother.
Good to be here. Feels right.
So what is our approach this year, and what are the main components of a development program that actually works?
I think that the really important ingredients for building a successful roster that is mainly comprised of rookies is making sure you have the right personalities fitting within the rookies, and then also making sure that you have some level of veteran or experienced player on the team to kind of like hold the space for these new rookies to grow. Because if you just get too many rookies or you don't get the right personalities, you're really not going to be getting the most out of what that roster can be.
I feel like growth happens when people are right outside of their comfort zone. Like too much, pressure externally, they kind of collapse. And when they're not challenged enough, they don't grow. So
Now, the thing that I will say that I'm curious to see, and I would love to get the chance to ask Golden Glue and Jungle Juice about this, but we saw Grayson tweet that his contract was signed likely after like the rumored roster was put together. Now, I don't know how much he might have been in negotiations and it's like, yeah, I'll help you put this together. Like we're, even though the contract isn't officially signed, like we're working together, we're doing this in this capacity. We'll work out the legal jargon in a bit. But like, I would love to know how much he had say in that. Because, like, obviously speaking on behalf of that, like, you're speaking on behalf of moves that likely Jungle Juice was making if you weren't officially signed and working with the team at that time. So it's an important distinction to know.
I think, you know, organizations that have had a lot of success developing these rookies, they usually already have like a functioning team or a team that's doing pretty well in the LCS, and these rookies are kind of transplanted really naturally, where they're able to showcase their own talent.
People will look at EG.
You know, obviously with the pickup of River, who was just like an absolutely amazing jungler and was like the core of Golden Guardian's success last year, I really expect him to be a huge proponent. I feel really good in the fact that like our jungler is going to be one of our most veteran and most experienced pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had like a really, really standout year last year. I think he was like, he was like top 2 MVP in summer. Like people were, you know, I think pointing at him as to like why GGS had their first like 2 international appearances.
Yeah,
let's
100%.
kind of talk about our rookies, because I think they range on the spectrum of like super fresh with like Sniper. He played 1 split in Academy, to players like Ayla, who is kind of considered a mix, I would say at this point, where he has like a full year of LCS under his belt.
Yeah. You know, General Sniper is a player that I think there's a lot of eyes on. He's been in our program for a while, and he's obviously like very talented and like very mechanically skilled. When it comes to Sniper, he is very promising.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he is very fresh.
Yeah.
So we were talking about having a good mix of veterans and rookies.
Not a lot of
the AD carry role is actually where we
not a lot of meat on that answer. More or less just like pointing out like, yeah, he's fresh. Like not I mean, this is one of those where it's like the 100 Thieves fan in me is like, yeah, just hype up every single word that comes out. The media person, the content creator is like, you didn't really say anything of substance there, but whatever. We'll get it. I'm sure this will get flushed out.
Trees to make. So tell us why we landed on Meech.
I worked with Meech recently on Disguised Toast.
Yeah, I wonder
going
why.
Into that split, I actually didn't really know much about Meech. I know he spent some time like on CLG Academy before, and I ended up picking him up because of like just doing some scouting and thought I'd give this guy a chance, and I was really impressed.
And also, I think another big point is like for AD carry role, that's like I think the role historically that's been the most easy to seamlessly transition into the LCS, because let's be honest, like AD carries just need really good hands and they'll pop off in the team fights.
Yeah.
How do we round out the coaching staff to really support you and the players?
Yeah, so I'm really excited about the rest of the coaching staff who aren't currently in this video. That being our analyst Nathan or Chimera, who I've worked with in the past and who's just great, and our assistant coach Spooks or Sam. I also worked with him when I was a player, and I've known him pretty well.
They're both
I think
on
both
Golden
of these
Guardians
guys
together.
are going to be like absolutely pivotal to our success as an operation, and like I feel very lucky that we're able to work with them.
I think the message that we really want to talk about today is that this is like very intentional for us. We have a very clear program and a very clear plan of, you know, how long it's going to take for these rookies.
Yeah, we're really just trying to create that space for these guys to be championship level players and like create a sustainable process to get those LCS championships.
Yeah, and I think that just goes to show like our commitment of like how we've zoomed the lens out a little bit, right? It's just like the pressure from before when, you know, every year is about like win now, right? Like we could have definitely picked a veteran in 1 or 2 more roles, and we probably would have 1 or 2 more wins in the regular season. But when it comes playoffs time in summer of each of these years, what do regular season games matter, you know, when we're thinking about upside and what the potential of our roster can become? And I think that just kind of goes to show our commitment towards this goal. This is Joseph Jang and Grayson Gilmer speaking with you from the Subway Training Room, and I'll see you guys next time.
Okay, so those are some dangerous words right there, my friend, because that's similar to what Double Lift has been saying for a long period of time. I like the talk of summer to a certain extent, because obviously these are younger players, and you want to make sure like people do not get in the habit of just being like, okay, spring comes, they don't play well, you get rid of them. Like that was the tenacity problem last year. So by establishing summer, it's like, okay, this is going to be our roster the entire year all the way through, and that's our expectation, is to get there by summer. You just still want to make sure it is important that people pay attention to spring, which I know that wasn't his intention. It's just like you're gonna have people that walk away with that and be like, yeah, okay, well, spring didn't matter really. And it's just like, I will say, like, this video, while nice, it was just like a lot of like, I think it was needed to a certain extent of just really pounding it down people's throats of this is a development roster. We're putting in the pieces to try and help develop that talent. That said, the thing that I'm left after this video question-wise is, what are the tangible benchmarks that you are setting? Like, you're just saying, okay, we want them to be good come summer playoffs. That's great, sure. What's the benchmark? Like, I think back to when Reaper was coach of 100 Thieves. He notably said, I want every player to be competing for first All-Pro in their respective role. And I think I can get them there, and I think that is entirely possible. I want something like that. Like, it is like trying to get every player to All-Pro. Like, give me specific, tangible things that like we can benchmark on, not just as a team, but as individuals that tries to help bridge the gap as a community and as fans to what we can expect from both on the Rift team performances and individual performances. And it just makes for easier analysis content and like clear expectation setting, if that makes sense. Anyways, that's enough rambling for me. I just think we got an incredible 2024 outlook this year. An amazing coaching staff that is stacked all around. Players that I think can develop into something long-term. Sniper is, in my opinion, like the face of this brand forever. Like, until he retires, like, he should be playing with 100 Thieves no matter what. Even if he has rough seasons, rough years, like, that's fine. I think you get, like, same thing with, like, what C9 is doing with Fudge now. Like, you keep giving him chances and you keep, like, letting him improve as time goes on. And I just think you start building the foundation for a championship-winning team in a few years. I don't think it's going to happen this year, to be very clear. I don't think you should ever pick us to win it all. Now, if we're in the finals against somebody, obviously I'm going to pick 100 Thieves. Set reasonable expectations. That's all I ask. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'll have this out on Tuesday, and then we'll see what we can cook from there with other 100 Thieves content as time comes, especially the video with Cubby. Let's compare his words to what Jungle Juice is saying. We'll see. Adios.